Hello everyone, this is Diane. It's a Sunday afternoon and I am working on a project for myself. I've been wanting to do this since I saw Rachel from Roxy Creations make something similar to this, and then Gayle did her own version of it. So I'm working on one for myself, and it is a folio to store ephemera pieces. So I'm making a small one first so I can store my postage stamps. I had purchased, a few years ago, I had purchased a couple of batches of postage stamps from an Etsy seller. And then when my parents moved, my mother gave me her stamp collection, or a large portion of it. So I've got all of these stamps, and there are more. I put some aside that I have put in journal kits, or that I give as freebies and stuff like that. But I don't use these because it is a pain to get in here and find what I want. I had sorted them in some semblance of order. Like this little glassine envelope is full of florals. There's some of them that just have one little thing in them. It's a Helen Keller and Annie Sullivan one. So I've got an envelope of transportation, birds, insects, or animals. These are all Queen Elizabeth, because one of the things that I had ordered from Etsy was a whole packet of Queen Elizabeth stamps. So, but I don't use them because it's just a pain in the neck. So my first project is going to be to make a folio for my stamps. So I've already started it because I kind of wanted to have an idea of what I was going to do. I decided to use the Tim Holtz correspondence paper for the cover. Isn't that perfect? The letters with the stamps. And then I chose just some plain colored cardstock for the pages so that the stamps would show up. I don't want to have a pattern competing with the stamps. So I've got my things cut, and this is trial and error because I have a crease right here where I had folded it up further than that was too much. So then I did another crease. So this ends up being 9.5. I think I meant to make it 9, but it ended up 9.5, so that's fine. So I guess that means this is 2.5 inches right here. And then I had folded it right in the center. Then I decided I have so many stamps I would need several pages in there, so I decided to give it a little bit of a spine. So then I scored it again about a 1/4 inch from the center, so there's a 1/2 inch spine there. Once I sew the signatures in, it'll help that. It wants to crease in the middle because that's where I had done it first. But when I sew these pages in, that'll help with that. And then I just cut the pages to fit into this. I've got 3 right now. I'm not going to sew them in until I kind of start putting the stamps in and make sure I have enough. If I have to add another page, I'll be able to. So let's talk about the little pockets that we're going to put the stamps in. Rachel used tracing paper. Gayle used vellum. And you can get this, I got this at Hobby Lobby, half price. So it was $2 for 10 sheets of vellum. You can order it on Amazon. But I happened to have this box of transparencies. There's a lot here. It says 50 on the box. I don't know if they were all there. I got them at a flea market or something. I got them someplace cheap. Maybe it was at Salvation Army. Anyway, I decided to use the transparencies. So for the stamps, I don't need deep pockets. So, let's see, I had some cut. Kind of hard to see them because they're clear. There they are. So this was cut at just a little over 1 inch. And I had cut it to fit the page before I put the spine in it, so now I have to cut it down a little shorter because it made the pages a little smaller to do that. So I would put that on and Should have another one. I don't know. Well, I will cut some more. I don't know where I think I had 2 of them cut to size, but I lost one because that one's too skinny. All right, so anyway, I should be able to fit 4 or 5 on here where it would hold my stamps. So I will cut 5 to the right width. And I did graduate the sizes of these. I cut the first one, almost 5.5. Not quite 5.5 because I think this measures 5.5. So I cut the page a little smaller. And then the next one was just a tiny bit smaller, and then the next one was a little smaller because you can see they're already sticking out even though I cut them smaller. So anyway, without any further ado, we will cut this to the right width. I'm just going to cut it with my scissors right now. And I'll measure it. It's about 5 1/4. So I don't want to lose them because you just can't see them when you lay them down. Okay, so I'm going to cut this to 5 1/4, and then I will cut it into just over like 1 1/8 inch width or strips. It doesn't look very straight at all. Now when Rachel did it, yeah, that's very crooked. When Rachel did it with her tracing paper, she just kind of eyeballed it and tore strips. So that was easier, but I'm using acetate and you can't tear it. Hopefully that's better. Nope, that's terrible. Okay. Let's start with a new sheet. I'm going to cut this at 5 1/4. It's hard to see if you've got it straight on the cutting board here. 1 1/8. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll do one more. Because Rachel had 5 on for her stamps, but I don't know how tall her pages were. So we'll just see if 5 will fit without crowding. Okay, so I've got my Stampin' Up! Fine Tip glue pen. So I imagine the art glitter glue would work. I just wanted something with a fine tip so that I don't take up a lot of space in this with glue. So just take one sheet at a time. And I will glue around 3 edges. Now I hadn't used this glue probably in a couple weeks, and because it has this part that sticks in the hole to keep it from clogging, it just came out perfectly. going to be excited to start putting my stamps in here. I don't need a lot of space between the rows because the stamps won't stick up very far above the pocket. And then I will make a larger one, probably following closely the one that Gayle made, to put other pieces of ephemera. I need one that will hold labels and tickets and just other small pieces. Try to get it semi-straight. So this is a pretty fast project once you figure out how you want to do your measurements and stuff. Hopefully this glue will hold that acetate down. I guess it could be tedious cutting and gluing all these pockets down, but it will be fun to fill the pockets. Yeah, that'll be the last one. So I'm getting 5 on here. So you can see the glue there, but I'm hoping it'll dry clear and won't show up. Not that it matters, it's just to store things in. Doesn't have to be pretty, but you know, I like pretty. So I guess you probably don't want to watch me do this over and over, but once I have those pockets glued on, I'll have 4 pages of pockets on one card. So I will have 12 pages of pockets when these are all together. And I can also store things here. I'll sew these pockets or glue these pockets shut, you know, so they're not flapping. And if I wanted to, I could put some other kind of pocket there, but I won't do that till I know what I need. And then I will just use a pamphlet stitch and sew this into the center of the spine. And I will have a little booklet. When I need a stamp, I just open it up and there'll be a page of butterflies or whatever. Whatever I'm looking for, I'll be able to find. I really like that postal image. So I guess that's all I need to do on video today. I'm going to carry on cutting and gluing pockets. So maybe tomorrow I'll be able to come back and show you my finished product with all the stamps in it. So thanks for watching, and I will be seeing you soon. Bye-bye.